Alright there guys, so once again joined back down in my local park lakes. Down here to try and do a 40-hour session. Finished school a little while ago, so I decided to quickly get down there. So literally, I haven't got a lot of hours really left to talk or whatever, because the light's going to be gone very soon. Literally we are into the mist of the winter right now. We're getting to minus temperatures, so it's getting a lot colder. We had a run from our rigs with you guys later on, but whilst I've got the light with me right now, I'm going to try and get the rods out and position them quite nicely. Alright. Alright then guys, so it's pretty much pitch black at the moment. Sitting in the bivvy. It's quite chilly out there, I must say. Finally got all the rods out. I got one of the maggots again. What I did in my last session, I had loads of maggots left over, so what I decided to do is freeze them. It's really effective. I mean, they all die in the end, but I'll show you them tomorrow in the morning about what's going on with them. Middle rod's on a chod rig, and the right hand rod is on a snowman rig with a little stick. This is what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see any of them in there, but they've all got mesh around them. That's the armour mesh by Fox, and there's loads of crays in here really, so I'm just trying to avoid them. I already had a few little bleeps from the alarms. Definitely crays. You can tell a cray about a mile away. It's just a little tweak. You can think it's a carp or a dock or something like that, but no, it's definitely going to be a cray, especially in here. So I'm hoping they won't really get through all of that. Find out in the morning. But yeah, we'll see how things go, and I'll show you everything in the morning and what I'm doing with it. But for now, I'm going to get the tea on next and try and keep warm, I guess. So yeah, I'll update you guys in the morning. Alright. Guys, so it's now morning now. It's a pretty cold night last night, I have to say. It's quite a deep frost as well, which has settled in. Full moon last night as well, which didn't help. Didn't have any bleeps last night whatsoever really. Well, I'd say that I do have one from McCray, I reckon. That was on the right hand rod. So bought that in around 1 o'clock, recasted it. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to bring all the rods in, get them set up again, and I'll show you what I'm doing on each of them. But I can get that kettle on again, I reckon now. But yeah. Alright then. Alright then guys, this is the right hand rod. This is the one that had the little few twitches on from the crays. Just rolled it in, haven't really touched it whatsoever, so it's at the same position it really was when it was out there. Have a little stick on this as well, which I'll show you the little stick in a little while and what I put in it. But focusing down here, try and get through the muck on the side. But as you can see right there, the hook stays nice and flat. Pop up just sort of lifts it slightly. If it stays quite nicely level and what have you, so definitely fish worthy. Got a running rig on this, flat pair lead, just straight through, little bead there. Obviously I haven't got a stopper bead because I want to make sure if they do get snagged it's going to come straight off. So that's that. And yeah, I'll show you the little stick now. Alright. Right, so this is a little stick I'll be using. As you can see, I've got a little foam nugget in the bottom, so I can put the hook point in there, and it's thick enough so it won't get masked by any of the stuff inside. Mixture of breadcrumbs once again, and red squid, tangerine, boilie. I've got some flavourings in here too, which I'll just show you. I've got the infused fish oils by BM Baits in the tangerine there. Just put a little bit of that in. I've got also some of the salmon. What's it called now? So pure salmon by BM as well. Add a little bit more of that as well. Just extra flavour. You know, it's winter time. The more flavour, the better you can try and do, really. Then the infused fish oils once again by BM. Tangerine flavour. Trying to give it good all-round mixture. So yeah, get the other rod in next and get this one ready to put that back out there. Alright. Okay, right, so this is the middle rod, obviously on a chod rig, and zoom in up here for you. Choddy itself. Got a little bit of foam underneath this one here because I wasn't sure how the mesh was going to affect anything, so decided to add a little bit of pop-up foam, which just tips it quite nicely. Definitely once again fish worthy. Lead core pins it down quite nice. You can see it's really nice and buoyant. Sits up there with that foam, it really helps. And down there, got a nice 1.5 ounce distance lead. Just trying to keep it light, obviously on a chod rig, but at the same time trying to make sure I can get a bit of distance so I can get into the open water section where the fish have been holding up, I reckon. It's quite slack out there, which is one thing in winter. Look out for the slack water, obviously, because sometimes the fish can hold up over there because it can be a bit warmer than the water that's got a bit of a breeze on it. So yeah, the mesh definitely helped. Didn't really have any issues with the craze, didn't really attack it whatsoever. There's no claw marks obviously, which is actually fantastic. Didn't affect the buoyancy. So yeah, going to get a fresh pop onto this next and get it recast. Alright. Okay, right guys, as you normally do during the sort of warmer months, you sometimes use the old foam nuggets. So I've got the Carp Craze foam nuggets here once again, and what I've done is I've taken around 1/4 of this foam nugget off. You can see 1/3 actually, looking at it now. So 1/3 of the foam nugget off, and what I do, I've got that 1/3 of the foam nugget, and I create just slightly slice down the middle with the foam nugget to separate it. Just like that, more or less, like not too much, just so it's opened up. And obviously all you've got to do then, just put it over your choddy and you're off. This time I put a red squid and tangerine cork will pop up on there. Thought I'd see if I was try something else, see if they'd be interested. But yeah, that's the method that I'll definitely go for. A little bit less PVA, but still has the same effect. And obviously it's so cold out there right now, the water's absolutely freezing. I don't know how cold it really is, but there are a few swimmers out there which fairly crazy in my opinion, but good luck to him, I must say. But yeah, I'm going to put this on the next and I'm going to rechuck it. Alright. Okay, right guys, this is the left hand rod. A minute ago I was quite interrupted actually. The right hand rod, which I chucked a little while ago, just absolutely tore off. All of a sudden just stopped. I'm putting it down to one of the tufties, I reckon. But definitely, I was hoping it would be a fish. I mean, I'm still not sure because I don't really see much out there. But, well, you never know. Hopefully it might have been. So I rechucked it just now. It's quite close to the snags at the moment, so I'm quite locked up tight with the snaggers from Lee Valley Customs aiding me right there. And so obviously I said this is the left-hand rig on a maggot style. Got a lot of dead ones there and a few imitations onto the main section where the bulk of the maggots are held up. As you can see, it's quite visual. The plastics, the imitation maggots, whereas the dead ones are quite limp and lost quite a lot of their colour. But if I just take it out quickly, I'll be able to show you guys. I hope you can zoom out. So this is what I did last time at Highlyfields. It's that simple rig once again, and there's a little bunch of maggots. Gonna thread on a new set in a minute, another little bag from Carp Craze, and yeah, get it back out there again. Alright. Right guys, so I've had a few more little takes on the right hand rod. Once again I reckon it was down to the tufty, so I brought it in. I'm not really going to put it back out because I reckon as soon as they see that land they're going to be right on it. Put the maggot rig back out, and straight away they're on that as well, so they are a real nuisance this time of year, of course, so they always are trying to go for your baits. But putting that aside, what I've got here is Carp Craze's new feature finder and a marker float as well that they do. This is the feature finder. That comes in this really nice little handy pouch like that. Instructions are all on the back if you need to know how to use it, but it's pretty simple. You've got your main set point here of fluorocarbon, and not fluorocarbon really, just a monofilament, and then you go down to your lead section. Obviously I like to use a nice big 3 ounce pear lead just for the donk that you can fill on the bottom. And of course you have a nice large eye for the free running movement up to the stopper bead. This also comes with silicone section and a quick change swivel as well, which is really handy. As you can see, it's really bright, really high vis, so you'll see that for miles. They actually travel quite far as well. Just been using it out there, and it really is handy. So that's the feature finder. The next one, of course, the marker float. This is absolutely awesome. very, very good due to the fact that, well, A, obviously it's your marker, but B, you can actually fit a starlight in the top of it, so if you want to leave it out into dark, or you want to recast dark time and you want to find out where the spot was that you were fishing onto, put that out there and you'll see it for a good distance, obviously. So yeah, excellent stuff, you know. The brand new range, 2 new marker floats, obviously, so that's wicked stuff, guys. They've also got a new trio system as well. I'll dig that out for you guys later on and give you a little show of that. But yeah, I'm going to get that rod ready again, obviously. I'm going to get the little bag set up and whatnot, and ready for action. But yeah, them tufties are a nightmare at the moment, and there's a chilly old wind blowing down into my bivvy as well, which isn't too pleasant. But well, still pursue and see what happens. All right. Alright guys, so whilst waiting for a bite, hopefully, I've made up 3 little bags, all with different baits in them. This is what I want here: maggots, stick mix, and 4 boilies in there. It's going to show you the effectiveness of the Carp Craze PVA mesh. It's part of the new trio range, and yeah, just going to give them a little go and show you how they work. So this is the wide variety to start off with the boilies in it. Put that in there. Just zoom in. It's pretty instant. You know, I mean, it does take a bit of time. The water is pretty cold, but with the Carp Craze breakdown time, it pretty much dissolves within seconds. There you go. Boilies are nicely pasted there. Last bit of residue is just fallen away, and yep, that's it for that one there. Excellent time there. Put down the times in a little while as well to show you guys how quickly they do dissolve. Right, next up, the little stick. Obviously, got the breadcrumb in there, so it is going to be a bit buoyant if it stays down. Come on, it'll go down eventually in its own time. But the only reason why it's pretty buoyant, obviously, is because of the breadcrumb. It is helpful in here because if I show you in a little while the actual silt in this lake, you'll actually see why I've added the buoyancy. It is seriously salty in there, so any buoyancy I could try and get either by foam nuggets or by adding breadcrumbs just to make it all float better, it really does help. Right, so that was a little stick mix now. Onto the maggots. I mean, the stick mix did take a fair bit of time. Hopefully the maggots won't take as long, but still pretty quick considering the time of year we're in. As you can see, because of the maggots, they're dead as well, so they're fairly heavy. Zoom in on this one here next. Once again, give it a bit of time to do its thing, you know. But well, look at that, quite instant. Maggots are already starting to disperse out of there. You see, they're not alive, so they're just going to stay in the same position throughout the session, which is very handy because it means that they won't dig themselves underneath the silt, providing a nice baited area for yourself. But there you go. Great stuff.